Hey guys, it's JStarWars360 here with a Powerpuff Girls vlog, the first one. This is the first episode of Powerpuff Girls that ever aired. Monkey see, Doggie do. And I'm just going to quickly sum up the episode in case you either A, haven't seen it for some reason, or B, you don't remember what episode this is. This is the first episode that aired. This is the one where Mojo Jojo steals Anubis head and some jewels from a museum, and he combines them to create this device that allows him to turn people into dogs, and he's going to use that to take over the world, and the Powerpuff Girls to stop him. Pretty basic episode. And first off, I have to say the intro is pretty cool. I don't have any more to say than that, but the intro is cool. And as far as the first episode goes, just, bringing you into the show in this world, it's pretty good. I mean, I've seen some shows on Cartoon Network where they just throw you into the world, where there's no introduction, no setup, no episode where it's, this is clearly the intended first episode. They just throw you in there and you have to learn the characters as you go along. This episode, while there's no I don't think there's going to be any real chronology of this show. This is an episode that really... This is an episode that does a really nice job introducing the world to you. I mean, it says, here's the city, here's the girls, here's the professor. The villains, they keep them up in the shadows from in there. It's very clear this is the first episode. They don't just throw you in there. Like, Adventure Time. Just throws you in there. It eases your way in there. So it's not like, wait, what did I just watch? But anyway, so let's go into the episode. But first I want to talk about the animation, which is a little rough right now. I mean, I get it. It's the first episode. I guess as time goes on, the animation will get better. But again, I don't know how much of a budget they have, but it seems like they're going for a very simple design. And designs are very simple, but there's like a charm to it. The art style kind of reminds me of Dexter's Laboratory a bit, which makes sense because the guy who made Genndy Tartakovsky, who created Dexter's Lab, also he worked on the show a bit. Specifically, this episode, his name was in the credits, and you could very well tell it. I mean, there were the animation style of Dexter's Lab. There was a bit of Samurai Jack flair in there, like some of the visuals, like when there's the pack of dogs, that reminded me a bit of the shot in an episode of Samurai Jack where he's surrounded by the Beatles. I'll talk about this a bit later, but the action scenes, you could clearly see Tartakovsky's touch. I mean, there's the style, the way the characters move and stuff. It's clear it's the Tartakovsky style. Also, I really like the sound effects in this episode. Like when the girls are flying, when there's punching, like, I don't know, it's the Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack use similar sounds. I enjoy hearing those sounds. Let's see. Narrator's pretty good. I mean, it's Tom Kenny doing the voice of it, and if you don't know, he does the voice of SpongeBob and the Ice King in Adventure Time. He's pretty good. I really love his energy and his enthusiasm. Like, he really kind of helps you get into it. Let's see, I especially like, how the narrator's not this anonymous voice. Like, he's actually part of the story. Like, there's a great breaking the fourth wall humor with the girl, where Mojo Jojo's turning everyone to dogs, and the narrator's, like, talking about it, and Mojo Jojo turns him into a dog, and I thought that was kind of clever. I really hope they do more of that fourth wall. Like, maybe have an episode where, maybe have the girls interact with the narrator. If there's more fourth wall humor, I'm down with it. I enjoy that. I have to... Also, Mojo Jojo, kind of cool villain. I don't think he's especially interesting, but his voice is kind of cool. And I do like, the design of how he's really short. They go for the Napoleon design, like midget but threatening. And super genius. That's kind of cool. No, not entirely. It seems like they're going to be playing him for laughs. Nothing that funny from him right now, but who knows? Maybe it'll get funnier as the show progresses. Although I do have to question, though. Why is Mojo Jojo's lair, that observatory, why is it in the middle of a city, of Townsville? Why? Like, seriously, is he just begging for people to come knocking on his door, or is he just so fearless? Because if you're a villain, you usually want your lair on the outskirts of the city, where a bit more out of the way, but no. And there's, no defenses, it's just an observatory, but cartoon logic, I'm just nitpicking. Again, the whole everyone turning dogs, that was kind of amusing. It led to some amusing visuals. I mean, you had all the people turning to dogs. They're saying people look like dogs. People literally turning into dog versions of themselves, which was amusing. And I also like how when they turn to dogs, it's the same voice actor. Like with the professor, when he turns into a dog, it's the professor's voice. When the girls turn to dogs, it's clearly the girls. And I like how they don't talk; they actually are dogs, and they have to communicate through barks. I thought that was amusing. I really want to know if the actors actually, like Tara Strong and stuff, if they actually were communicating through barks, because that would be kind of funny. I felt the bit where the girls are trying to understand what the professor's saying. I thought that was kind of amusing. Bubbles, I thought was kind of funny when she's like, Doggie! Like, I guess Bubbles' cuteness and innocence is going to be your charm, which I'm cool with. I'll be open to more of that. Although there's one episode I know regarding Bubbles where she turns evil. I'm looking forward to seeing Tara Strong, the cute baby voice, going evil. But I'm guessing that's a whiles off. It's kind of annoying that the girls really can't figure out who's behind the dog thing. I mean, there's only one. I mean, I know there's more villains, but there's a bad guy. There's right there. You'd think they'd just go for Mojo Jojo. Wouldn't understand. Also, Mojo Jojo kind of dumb, not realizing the girls can still pose a threat even as dogs. Or why doesn't he just use the mind control on them to make them obey him? I don't know. It's cartoon logic. I learned not to nitpick the dumb choices the villain makes. I mean, it does annoy me when the villain's really stupid and they don't get bested because they're really good, but because they're really stupid, but who cares? Again, I like the designs of the girls as dogs. I thought that was kind of cute. I like the action scene where they're fighting the other dogs again. You could clearly see Tartakovsky style in the fight scene. Again, I'm surprised this fight didn't get censored. I mean, it got really violent. I mean, you have the girls, especially Buttercup, biting the dogs. And I was like, wow, this seems kind of violent. I mean, I know it's cartoon violence, but for kid show standards, this seems a little too extreme. Or like in the intro, when Buttercup's punching one of the bad guys, and you can see not just her tooth coming out, but blood. I'm like, are you even allowed to show blood in a kid's cartoon? I mean, maybe censorship rules have changed since like the late 90s, but yeah, it's weird. Let's see. So again, this episode, it's a cute episode. Nice, fun start to the show. Again, I'm not going crazy over it, but again, it's only the first episode. Maybe it probably gets better as the show progresses. I'm starting to see this formula of, I'm guessing the formula is going to be bad guys have plan, seems like they're going to win, and then the girls get the better of them, which I can roll with. I'm not too big on it. I don't know. I always wind up rooting for the villain, like get annoyed when the villain loses. And I always find myself rooting for the villain. Hopefully this show has really good villains, so that's fun. So I'm going with that. But yeah, again, I'll roll with it. But again, fun, cute episode. Really, it's not wowing me, but at the same time, I am curious. I mean, it is a little cartoony and girly, but I'm okay, cool with it. So again, fun episode, nothing crazy, but again, want to keep going, and nothing here is really making me turn off. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this episode of the Powerpuff Girls, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Take care.